the message that God needs us more than we need him, I think that's what separates Judaism from the rest of philosophy, religion, Narishkeit, business. That's what the Torah is trying to tell you.
Why? How do you see that?
Vayedet Hashem al Har Sinai. God came down to talk to you.
Where are we going to go up to him?
He could have taken us up.
Only one man gets to go up.
But
Well, how else would you have wanted it to happen?
that's not
No, where is your proof? Give me proof here.
the proof.
You're
is-
making a very big statement here.
Yes.
Okay.
The proof is that he initiates everything.
To help
creates
us,
the world.
show us what to do. Yeah, in order for us to learn what to do.
Why does he need to teach us what to do?
Again, that's a question which you don't have an answer for. Your question is, why does he even make us in the first place? We don't have an answer for that. So that's it. All those other questions are just outcomes of that first question which you don't have an answer for. So it's all no answer for all these questions.
It's not even a question. It's an observation.
Okay.
He came to us.
True.
Avraham was minding his own business wherever he was
Oh,
living
Avram
over there.
Avinu thought of it himself.
Right.
Right.
And the Eibishter comes
Hashem
to
didn't
him.
come to him. He started up with Hashem. Avram Avinu was the little kid who thought of God. He went around and he figured it out himself.
Right.
So he's the one who came to God. God didn't come to him, he came to God.
So what happened when God came to him?
So then they met the great, God and the great mind. Boom, they come together.
And what does God say?
God says, I want you to leave your home. Go.
Come with me.
Okay, great.
So the relationship really started with God.
When
When
they
he was
actually met.
75.
When they met, finally.
Yes.
Okay.
God comes to Mitzrayim to take us out of Mitzrayim. Everything is initiated by him. So the message is, not the explanation,
That he
the
needs us.
message is, it's his need we're talking about here.
But we don't know what the need is.
The need is he wants us to be his.
But we don't know why.
We don't care.
I'm saying, but that's your point, though. We don't
Yes.
know why, but we see uvda, fact, he needs us, and that's it.
And that's what makes him irresistibly lovable.
But because he needs us,
Yes,
needy people aren't irresistibly lovable.
he's not needy.
But
He's humble. He's not enough. If a person would say, look, I'm capable, I'm rich, I'm successful, but it's not enough. What's not enough?
he wants to be immortal.
He was immortal too.
Not God, the person.
Yeah.
Either that or a red sports car.
And to be immortal, you get married? No, to be humble, you get married.
No, to be immortal, you have children.
Yeah. But the marriage is an act of ultimate humility.
Which is why people's sins are forgiven when they get married. And because they took a chrayas, they took responsibility for other people.
And they're going to pay for it. They'll pay off the debt. But really, it is the most humble thing. So in a proper marriage, you don't get married because you need something. If you need something, work on it. Leave the other person alone.
Okay.
You don't use another person to get what you need. When you're finished with what you need, either because you got it all or because you don't care anymore, now you move beyond yourself to have someone else exist in your world. It's the greatest humility. And we get it from him. So now, Ivdu es Hashem takes on a whole new meaning. How are you serving him by doing what's best for you? Because you accepted his good advice? We've replaced him. He has become our valet. He advises us, he guides us, he punishes us, he disciplines us, he blesses us. So we're the center of his universe. We are serving him because his need is more real than ours. So why should you be mavatal your ratzon for his ratzon? Because his ratzon is more intense, more real, more necessary than mine.
So you're saying that you're doing God a favor when you serve him, basically.
Absolutely.
It's a big line. You know that, right?
Yes. And without...
Rabbi Friedman, being Mechadesh, we're coming up with this completely original thing. Nobody says, but let me tell you, you're doing God a favor when you serve him. He's not helping.
Once you get this idea, you find it everywhere. Everywhere. beginning with Ivdu es Hashem.
Why Ivdu es Hashem? Why serve God? Why? Because that's the way for you to go to Gan Eden, to go at the end of your life. You want to be rewarded for everything you did in this world? Do you want the world to have a purpose? You want to be, is there a reason you're here? Serving God is the reason. Otherwise, what's the point of being here? It's for you. You're saying it's for Him. But everyone else is saying it's for you. In order for you to have a reason to be in this world, you're serving God. But you're saying completely different.
No, I'm saying you're really serving God.
For Him,
poo-poo
not
it.
for you.
Yes.
Right.
Otherwise, you're not serving Him.
Why not? Why?
Because you're doing it for you to get Gan
But
Eden.
you are serving Him at the same time. So what? You're doing two things at the same time.
How are you serving Him?
By you following His commandments.
And that does what for Him?
It's on some level, right? This is what gives Him pleasure on some level, right? When you bring a sacrifice in the temple, this brings God, right? It gives Him pleasure. How come? Why? We don't know, but that's what He wants. So if He says, serve me, I'm serving Him, it gives Him pleasure.
Okay,
that's
so
what He wants.
The Mishnah says, don't do it for the reward.
Right.
Why? If I'm not doing it for the reward,
Do be altruistic.
What does altruistic mean?
Not for yourself. Be selfless.
Okay, not for myself, but for
God. Right.
So Ivdu es Hashem.
But not because He needs it.
If He doesn't need it, you're not serving Him.
You're serving Him. You're doing it just because you believe in Him, because you think He's the greatest. So you want to show how important you think He is, not because He needs it, because you love Him so much that you want to give to Him. So you're going to give to Him, but not because He needs it.
But if He doesn't need
He doesn't need it, right? He doesn't need it. So what? You go give the president a gift. He needs your gift? No, He doesn't need your gift. He has everything in the world. He doesn't need your gift. But you give it to Him as a show, as a token of appreciation, an admiration. He doesn't need it.
Does that do anything for Him? You were saying before, you're serving Him because it gives Him pleasure.
We don't know, but seemingly it does. If we're going to go according to our entire conversation, the sequence of what we spoke about, this is what He wants. He created us. He doesn't need anything. So somehow it gives us pleasure. Why? We don't know.
Okay. So that explains how you could do a mitzvah without thought of a reward. Because the idea that it's giving Him pleasure is enough of a reward.
Right, but He doesn't need it, though. We want to give it to Him. He doesn't need it.
But it gives Him pleasure.
He doesn't need it, though.
But it does something for Him.
Whatever that means. Again, we don't.
But that's the essence.
It's very hard to have this conversation because we're lacking basic understanding of the key underlying factor here, which is why He created us in the first. So to have a conversation without the basic understanding of what we're talking about is, I mean, we're going out on a limb over here. We don't know what we're talking about really. We're talking without understanding
something.
A key element.
Yeah. So the key element is why.
That's
but
the basic.
We need to know what.
What? So what is serving? That we know.
Right. So what means we know He needs us. Why? I don't know. And that's not important.
I think that's
it's like
important.
asking your wife, "Why did you marry me?" You're just looking for trouble.
I think that's very important. I think that's very important. I don't know why you're saying that's not important. I think it's extreme. I think it's crucial.
Because there's never a good answer.
Doesn't mean it's not important. I think it's crucial. If you want to have this conversation without the basic knowledge, I think we're missing a crucial ingredient.
And that's okay. That's emunah.
It's fine. Right. But once we're lacking, it makes the conversation very... I mean, you're giving me a whole premise here based on something, and you're saying, my premise really, I have a lack from the beginning, though. So it's hard for me to go with this thesis here without... Because it's all based on, we're missing like a foundation is missing here.
So you accept it on emunah.
You?
God, everybody. God came and said, I need you. And we don't understand
He
why.
said, "I want to." He created us, and most of the people who explain why, it says because it was good for us. Now you're coming from a different approach. You're saying because He needs us, not because He wanted to help us. Because you said it doesn't help us. We were very happy. We were souls in heaven. We didn't need anything. But clearly we did. Otherwise He wouldn't have made us. You say no. Yeah, so you're arguing here on like basic the school of thought, which everybody goes with. The accepted school of thought, you're saying, let's go with a different school of thought, right? But the problem is we're missing that key in the beginning. This is my issue here. That's what you're saying.
I don't see that they're really missing anything.
You're saying it's not important.
I think we got it. Yeah, we got it into our heads that there has to be something in it for me.
Well, that's what all the Mefarshim, all the rabbis, they all say this.
Not all.
A lot.
Yeah.
That we agree?
Yes.
Okay.
But the core of Yiddishkeit is not what it does for me. Because we're here to serve him.
Good.
So if it's real that we're serving him, then we're actually doing something for him. It's not make-believe. I was talking to a guy,
Yeah.
and we had this discussion. God is perfect, and therefore he doesn't need. So I said to him, why is it more important to you that God be perfect than that he needs you? He says, because if he needs, I won't worship him. So I said, wait a minute. If he doesn't need, you can't worship him.
He's this guy saying, he's like the guy who says, if somebody wants to marry me, I don't want to marry them.
Right? Yeah.
She wants to marry me,
I won't
I don't
belong-
want. Why would she want to marry me? I don't want to marry her.
I wouldn't belong to a country club that would accept me as a man.
Right, that's it.
But to replace God as the center purpose of, first of all, it's not so much of a compliment to say you're probably not going to do a mitzvah unless there's something in it for you. I don't think that's true.
I don't think that's true.
Right. So don't tell me what's in it for me. Tell me how I can serve him.
Okay.
So that's not that big of a chiddush.
No,
It's
just
just something
to say
we've
it's all
neglected.
about God's need. That's the chiddush. That's what I'm centering in. I keep on coming back to this
Because the word need,
because you're arguing on a lot of what's accepted
I know.
amongst Jewish philosophy, which is fine. It
Yes.
does. I don't have a problem with you arguing on basic ideas. That's okay. It doesn't scare me. But my problem is I'm not getting the clarity from your side. That's all. Okay.
but in some way we're both doing the same thing.
What do you mean?
You're trying to change the direction that Yiddishkeit is taking.
I'm trying to. Yes. I mean,
Yes.
well, you know
Because
what?
everybody's focused on the negative, and
Right,
everybody's focused
right.
on the... And you're saying, stop it.
Don't focus on the negative. Focus on the positive. Yes. Yes.
And I'm saying, stop looking for what you need. You're here to serve, which is much more exciting.
So and that's very positive.
Yeah.
That's very positive.
Yes.
Stop focusing on what you need all the time and focus on what you. I'll tell you, the main thing of davening is thanking Hashem. Like that's what the davening is. Not give me Hashem and I need this. It's thank you Hashem for all the things you do for me. That's the main thing of davening. You know, like that's really where it comes out.
Yeah. I'm as a marriage counselor,
Okay.
I'm coming at from a relationship
Go
perspective.
for it. Go for it.
Is this a two-way street?
It was
or
one
is it a
two-way
one-way
street.
street?
What, us and
Our-
Hashem
Yes,
or marriage?
both.
Well, okay. So in marriage, it's basically it's supposed to be you're supposed to give to the other person and not be thinking about what they're going to give you back in return. What are the ramifications? Usually, if you give to the other person selflessly, they're going to give back to you, which is a nice outcome. But that's not why you're doing it.
Exactly. So the Eibishter is saying, be my people, serve me, and don't think of a reward.
But the outcome is going to be pretty good.
Yeah,
But don't do it for that reason.
right.
But on the other hand, I am telling you that you're going to get rewarded if you keep the mitzvahs.
Right.